الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين محمد وآله وأصحابه أما بعد فقد قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Almighty Allah descend upon us all. This short part, which I have recited, came from Surah Maulana. It is the first part of the surah which has been read by many companions. This surah has been the last surah to have been revealed unto the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Although if you open the Quran, you will see Surah Maida is not the last chapter, but rather the last chapter is Surah Nas, Qul a'udhu bi rabbin nas. Just as Iqra, the first revelation, is not the opening chapter of the Quran, so too, even Maida is not in the last stage. It has been the last revealed surah unto Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the last is the last. While we revel all the injunctions of Allah, there is something special about those injunctions which are found in Surah Maida. For there is no possibility for anything to be abrogated. After that surah, it was not revealed. And look how Allah has begun the first part of the verse, so comprehensive, addressing His believing servants. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who have faith, awfu bil uqud, fulfill your obligations, fulfill your duties. MashaAllah, we have fulfilled one of our many duties by coming here this day, this hour. And part of the duty while you are here is that you sit with reverence and you listen to the Khutba well tuned in to receive as you are doing. It's part of the duty that we sit and we listen to our soul. This word uqud, it is the plural of aqd. Uqud and uqad, I am sure you remember in a short chapter, the second to last one in the Quran, Surah Al-Falaq, you remember the word uqad. Here it is uqud, and there in the short surah it is uqad. وَمِن شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ. Uqad and uqud, aqdun, uqudun, uqdatun, uqad, all these are derivations from the one word aqada yaqidu, to bind, to tied to knot. And in Surah Falaq, one seeks refuge in Allah from the evil of the daybreak and وَمِنْ شَرِّ النَّفَّاثَاتِ فِي الْعُقَدِ, and from the evil of the nafathat, those women who blow fil uqad, into the knots that they tie to do witchcraft. Uqad, knot. And uqud, plural of aqdun, it's a tie. Allah is saying, you fulfill your obligations, your duties. Okay, all kinds of contracts and binding agreements are included under the imperative of this word. Fulfill. Obligations here can be divided into three kinds. First and foremost, the covenant which human beings have with their Creator, who is Rabbul Alameen, the Lord of the worlds, such as the pledge to believe in Him. Although Allah starts by addressing the believers, because of what comes after, fulfill your duty. It is like He is addressing all human beings. Come on, after having the knowledge that you were created by being from nothing. Allah fashioned our Father from clay and blew into Him of His breath. We came here from nothing. Would one not ponder that there is one in control whom we should believe in? That's the first and foremost. That we force that iman, that faith into our heart to accept our Creator. That's the first and most important one. Believe in Him. And as for those who perhaps were born in a believing home, that's not enough. Make every effort to maintain that iman. That's a great duty. Keep the iman flowing and glowing. Keep it right. Renew it every morning and evening. And keep checking and rechecking to see if it is there. Like when you have something valuable, you keep touching the pocket to make sure it's there. How do you feel when you have something of great value? You keep touching and you touch and you realize it's not there. Worse we should be when we realize that the iman is becoming weak. That's the first and foremost thing. To believe in Allah and to obey Him and to observe the restrictions imposed by Him in matters and things regarding the lawful and the unlawful. Fulfill your obligations and we strive every day to make that more and more possible. SubhanAllah. And the second category, the vow or the promise or commitment one enters into with one's own self, such as to commit to fulfill the vow for something or to bind oneself on oath that something will be done. And people take this very lightly. We have heard people who say, if I should get a promotion in my job, I am surely going to have a prayers. I will do a shukrana and you tell everybody about it. SubhanAllah, Allah the all-hearing, MashaAllah, He gave you promotion and He doubled your salary. MashaAllah, things are going so well. There is so much prosperity. The servant of Allah, he forgot all about prayers, he forgot coming for Jummah. When things were tough, he found his way to the house of Allah. Now things are going too well, very much well. He forgot. That's a serious matter. Allah gives. He gives long rope, so to speak, and He watches and He waits on until when real calamity strikes. It's not nice. One is under every obligation to fulfill those promises and vows that he makes. And thirdly, the contract one human being enters into with another, which includes all contracts which bind two persons, two groups, two parties, or even two governments. So in the light of this verse, strict adherence to all permissible provisions and conditions which have been mutually agreed upon is mandatory. It is compulsory, it is farz. To be precise, you may have written, or it's verbal, you agreed on something. It is mandatory that it be fulfilled to the end. SubhanAllah. This covers all sorts of contracts and deals between two human beings, ranging from marriage, business, partnership, leasing, etc. How many people sit down and think seriously about this issue of shadi, nikah, marriage? What a significant contract it is. It's really the tying of a knot. Yes, it's a contract. When that wakil is dispatched to the bride's chambers, calls the name, do you accept so-and-so, the son of so-and-so, to be your lawfully wedded husband, and to accept from him adoring? Wakil, together with two witnesses, they await the reply coming from the bride. Yes, I accept it, and maybe if it is the wish and the discretion of the representative, you can return after once, or you can ask a second or third time. Once will be sufficient, but they like to hear it in the affirmative 3 times. And then when the other part, the party returns, the marriage officer will ask the bridegroom, so and so, the son of such and such, do you accept such and such to be your lawfully wedded wife, and to give you authority? The reply comes in the affirmative. It is not just an answer and a question given. It's all about fulfilling your duties. Do you agree to accept all those responsibilities that come along with marriage? And the members of our administration are present here, and I believe that we must get more serious when it comes to marriages in the Muslim community. In other religions, they do have some restrictions where 2 people planning to get married must come for counseling, they must come and have lessons, they must know what they are getting into. We will see that today in many jamaats, even to furnish the marriage officer with information in order for him to do a proper registration, they are not even coming. They are not even coming to inform or fill out the information sheet. It is done in a very haphazard manner, where on the day of the marriage, just before the program starts, or after the opening door, they scribble something. That's the kind of, negligence. That's the negligence. Whereas it is supposed to be where 2 people must come and be taught of the seriousness of getting married. They're supposed to be informed and to know about the duties each one owes to the other. Today we find everyone is talking about his rights and her rights. That's my rights. In the matter of husband and wife. The rights of the husband, is it not the duties of the wife? and the rights of the wife, is it not the duties of the husband? Rather than talking about rights and my rights, concentrate on performing duties, and that's the way the world is going to be. Everybody recognizes that's my rights. No matter what I have to do, I must get my right. Even if it means I must protest, I must march, strike. Everybody talks about my rights. It's time to concentrate on performance of duties. And this is what Allah, Lord of the world, is saying. Perform your duties, fulfill your obligations, your undertakings. Time after time we forget the seriousness of performing duties, and it's a very wide range. Back to the topic of marriage. When one accepts and agrees, I accept it, one should not forget, after I have given this reply, I must also have the knowledge of what Allah has made. As a husband, Allah has made him a garment for the wife, and as a wife, she ought to know Allah made her a garment as well. And this is quite clear when Allah said, "Hunna libasun lakum wa antum libasun lahun," meaning they are garments for you and you are garments for them. And quickly, what is the function of garments? First and foremost, to cover our body, to cover our shame, to cover ourselves. In marriage, it should not be forgotten. Husband at all times must cover up the faults and the mistakes of his wife. No one is perfect. Everyone has faults. The wife also, in turn, must remember she is a garment to cover up the faults and the mistakes of the husband. That's important. Very important. Fulfill your duties. Fulfill your obligations. Obligations and duties to Allah the Creator. Towards ourselves, towards our family. How does it mean? A man who would have fulfilled all his duties. Be a good performer, strive, become really the servant of your family. And I'm telling you not from my words. The one we love and we follow, and we adhere to his teachings. Nabi Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said it. He said, you want to know who is a real leader? He said, Sayyidul Qawmi Qadimuhum. The real leader of community or family is the Qadim, the servant. Meaning, let's start at home. If you see something out of place, it should not be there. Well, don't forget who you are. You are the boss, you are the leader. A real leader is a servant, and what a servant does, if you see something placed where it should not be, well, what a servant does, are you going to spend the whole day quarreling about it? No, it's time for duty. Pick it up, put it where it belongs. It may take a little effort on your part, but after having done it, you feel something here. I have done it for Allah. I have heard what the Messenger of Allah said, and you feel pleasure that no one can give you. That's the leader. Fulfill your duties, one who would have showed the commitments of life, even towards your parents, your wife, your children. SubhanAllah, after having done that, you achieve such comfort and peace, such peace that no one can give to you. Show your commitments, perform your duties. And this is so important. At one time when a janaza was passing by, there was a group of people, the Prophet upon peace was present, and he casually asked, Hal mustarihum minhum aw mustarahum minhum? So they inquired from the Rasul alayhi salam, well, what is mustarihum minhum? مُسْتَرَاحٌ مِنْهُ. Mustarihun bihi is a person who during his lifetime shouldered all commitments and fulfilled his obligation. He did what he had to do towards Allah, towards his family, towards his community, towards his jama'at, neighbors, friends. He got up and did what he had to do, even though at times it was a task, very tiring. He did what he had to do. When such a person dies, without doubt, he is mustarihun bihi. He now casts aside all the problems and the commitments of life, and he goes to rest. For he has done his homework. He has done it all. He did what he had to do. So such a person, he is relieved from the problems of the world. And he is pleased to know he made everyone comfortable. Whereas, mustarahu minhu, lazy man, he lived off everyone. Giving trouble to almost anyone he met. That was his life. Never cared to fulfill his duties. He gave trouble to all, even the animals. When he dies, everybody gets relief and comfort from him. God, that's good riddance. That is mustarahu minhu. We beg Allah to make us among the first category, and we seek refuge in Him that we never be of the second category. We come now, get up. Do not be lazy. A Muslim is not a lazy person. The very procedure of our salah is different from every other prayer of all communities. It does not tolerate laziness. Look at one rakat. After having performed ablution, you stand up and you stand up straight. Stand up well balanced. Perform takbir. It entails memorizing movements of every limb. The lips, tongue, organs, full concentration. You are made to remember. It's about rakats, up to 4. You have different things to say in different posture. After having recited, bend down. Not just anyhow. You have a formula. A man's ruku, and it's good that we need to correct one another. A man cannot see himself when he is in ruku. Just know your brother is a mirror for you. Just know it. Nothing is wrong. It's sometimes when a brother is in ruku, help him. You can touch his shoulder. Touch his shoulder, send him down a little more. Send him down. There are some who go down more than they should. Your ruku is such, and if a glass of water is placed upon the back, it shows it's level. You grasp onto your knee. After you recite your dhikr, you stand up again. Now go right down. Go right down in prostration. Up, go down again. Now stand right up. It teaches Islam does not tolerate laziness. Get up, do what you have to do. MashaAllah, look at Tarawih in the month of Ramadan after having fasted for the entire day. SubhanAllah, true believers come to listen to the recitation of Al-Quran, 20 rakats. And for those who have Iman and put their trust in Allah, it's never difficult. The more you do it with more faith and love for Allah, the more you enjoy it. The more you enjoy it, you look forward for it. Islam teaches al-kaslu yurizul faqr. Laziness causes poverty. I repeat that. Laziness causes poverty. Do not sit back there and look at what this brother has and what that brother has and what those people have achieved. And we went to school together. Look how much they have. That's wrong attitude. You get up and work for what you want. Bismillah, you beg Allah to make it easy for you. You fulfill your commitments. Do your duty. Allah puts blessings. He puts the barakat. It's not about watching what anyone has. Oh, you who have iman, awfu bil uqud. Fulfill your undertakings. Fulfill your duties, whatever your duties are, to the best of your ability, and even after having done it, never fail at any time. I have done it 100%. Always know there was something more I could have done. There is something more I could have done. It could have been better. And my brothers and sisters, as I narrate them, parents, you take advantage of training your children to fulfill duties, even they are playing. Sometimes your little ones, when you look at them, play a little game of cricket. Let's play bat, play cricket. You have two of them in the yard playing cricket. One takes the bat and the other one bowls. Well, that's the game of cricket. One will bowl, one bat. When one is out, the other one will bat. Sometimes you might be lucky to see the one who is batting, but especially if it's a little spoiled, loving girl, when she is finished batting, she tells the brother, I don't feel to play again. I am feeling tired. You see this? I am tired now. Okay. Allah is saying, oh, you who believe, you fulfill your duties. As dad, as mom, no. You have to give your brother a chance. Just as he was bowling you, and you were batting, you were out, you can't come and sit here. You have to go now, he must bat. You train them like that. That is where they learn responsibility. They learn to fulfill their duties. MashaAllah, look at people how they can run. Look at the speed a man can run. But it had not always been like that. First he learned to take a step and he falls down, he gets up and he goes on and he goes again until he gets stronger, he learns to balance, he learns to walk properly, he learns to run, then a little faster. That's the way we train our little ones. We show them love and train them what Islam stands for. We give everyone a duty. Everyone must have responsibility. One sees about washing the utensils, one sees about sweeping the yard. We train them. That's the best we can ever do for our children, in order that they can actually make contribution significantly and positively to organizations, to Jamaat, to the community, and to the Islamic life. Do not train them laziness. We have to help them. This is the call of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh, you believe, fulfill your duties. In fulfilling your duties, whatever they are, I am telling you, at night after your Isha, you lie when you're tired. What on earth could be sweeter than the sleep of a hard laborer? You go to sleep in the name of Allah. Allahumma bismika amurtu wa mahya. That is the sweetest comfort one enjoys. And you have those who did nothing. They relax and did nothing. They have to go and spend money to get tablets. They have to get bills, and if they don't sleep that out, the next day they trouble. Shoulder your commitments of life to yourself, to Allah, to one and all. That brings great amount of pleasure. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who have iman, awfu bil uqud. Fulfill your duty, fulfill your obligations. Barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Qur'anil azim wa